Hi, everybody. So, Brad and I are here together. We're going to do the Ascension series, and we wanted to talk about what's going on in the world today and also what we're going to do because of that.
Yep.
How are you, Brad?
Absolutely. Aloha, mahalo, honey. I'm doing well. Did you and John have some
Aloha.
humu humu nuku nuku apua?
No.
No? It's a state
I don't
fish
know
of
what that
Hawaii.
is. Yeah, we're in Hawaii.
Beautiful
Last
background.
day. Last day today. Tomorrow we fly out. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
Capturing the vibes of part of Lemuria, Moo. I
Yep.
love it.
It's beautiful.
Love it.
Beautiful here.
Before we get going on our subjects here in the next 15 minutes, did you guys see any whales, turtles, dolphins, birds? No?
No,
I guess the
not
whales are
yet.
out.
Lots of birds. Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of pigs,
Yep. Wild boar there. Yep.
wild
Wild
boar.
pigs.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
Hmm.
mostly birds and bugs. We have a crazy amount of frogs here,
Yes.
and they sing at night, and
Yeah.
I really like it, but you're
That's
kind of
way.
shocked at how loud they are at first.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. You're in Kermit's neighborhood. It's
Yeah, it's
great.
party all night long for the frogs. Yes.
You know, Hawaii is so special to me because in Maui, just off the coast there in Molokini, so many of the people watching would know, I had my first experience with whales, and that has been my greatest natural experience of this lifetime, still to date. And
Mhm.
being in the water with them, seeing them, their harmonic vibrations going through us, I think it's a great, segue into where we are now, right? Everybody around the world going, oh my gosh, solar tsunami, a few days, and then on top of that, riots, oh my gosh, military rollout, and there's militaries from other countries that are in the US right now to help augment what's about to happen. Which, by the way, everybody, why am I excited? Why is Honey excited? Because this is amazing. This is epic. And we hope that you are excited like that. And if you need some peace, just imagine being in water with whales and listening to beautiful humpback whale songs going through you and picking up on the harmonic vibration and the resonance is something that reaches around the planet. And the solar flash, I think, is going to be amazing and really, really positive. What do you pick up on, honey?
Yeah, and we've been in the solar flash for a long time.
Hmm.
But this solar activity that's going on now is like pushing us further and further. And what's happening is we finally accepted that we're ready for change. So
Hmm.
we're going to get it. So that's what all this stuff in the outside is. And be grateful because we've been waiting for this for like so many years. Some people for like
Yeah.
40 years have been waiting for this.
Hmm.
So be excited. We have to let the 3D programs fall away.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to carry them through. And we're still looking at them in the fifth density and we don't need them anymore. So it's time for them to fall apart. They're very obviously a movie,
Hmm.
like extremely obvious that they're a movie at this point. And just have fun with it. Say, oh, and now they're doing this. Ta-da.
Yeah.
And next they'll be doing this, and
Yeah.
this is what we've been waiting for so we can start to build the new world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. End of show. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it. Oh, wait, just kidding. Ha. All about the levity too. And that's great for the vibration. So, with everybody putting out there solar tsunami, awesome. Welcome it like a beautiful wave. You're waiting for a surf or you want to body surf in the waves. You want to play. Like Honey's been saying for a long time, we got to play. We got to get back to being kids and playing again. And
Yeah.
that to me is also a beautiful segue to where we are with ascension and unleashing or tapping into the gates to heaven within you. You know,
Yes.
and that religious separation, where that construct of different religions with their slightly different variants of teachings is the same thing as politics. That party does this and this is what they stand for, but then each, iteration has its own variation of its belief system BS. And so that religious construct of, you have to pay your way to heaven tithing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Absolutely, if you can, do so. But knowing that it's right here, it's all around us. It's part of our spirit. Spirit's in our bodies in our spirit, rather. And when we look at it from a standpoint of meditation, we actually lower our heart rate and we have those deep breaths right into our diaphragmatic area, our belly, the Buddha breathing, as everybody knows. You're activating your heart rate chakra, the variability and the coherence with your power chakra. And when you have those together, you have an accessibility to the quantum realm or the God mind and consciousness, which is pervasive everywhere and we're all a part of. You want to discuss that a little bit? Because that's our heaven.
Right. We're in it. We're in it right now. We just don't see it. So as we go through this process, we're going to see it easier and easier every day.
Yeah.
And that's what you can thank the solar activity for. That's what it's doing. It's preparing your body to see more of what the actual reality is. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's beautiful. Like, we came to Hawaii, we did an event. During the
Yeah.
event, we cleared the land there. We
Nice.
cleared Pele's partner, Pele's daughter. And then we went and we cleared the land for Pele, and we cleared all 7 islands. And we went through this process to help her heal, because she wants to be in the 5D. And Pele has a soul just like Earth has a soul.
Yeah.
She's one of the players here. And she hasn't been very happy. So now she's happy. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, this is what we're doing. We're shifting everything. And it's not hard. It's just your intention. We're intending for things to be good. So can I tell a funny little story?
Please do.
Okay, so this is a manifestation story. And there's a guy named Matt who sells functional mushrooms, and he's on TikTok, and he's great, right? Cultivate, I think, .com. So I buy his mushroom stuff and I put it in my coffee. But he talked about the depression glass, the radioactive depression glass, the other day. He's like, the reason you have silver forks and copper forks and gold forks or whatever, the reason you have utensils that are made of conductive, beautiful metal was because the Tartarians were eating off of that stuff, which is totally true. And it was good for them. Like, it was creating extra energy. And if you go back to some of these sites, like Chernobyl, if you go back, is the radiation high? Yeah, maybe so, but what's going on there? Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's back to nature. It's gorgeous. So I think we have had a total psyop done on us about some of this radiation and the atom bomb, a lot of that stuff. I don't think it's exactly what they say. But anyway, I wanted some of that. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to look for it. So I go to eBay, and it was all not what I wanted and all more expensive than I wanted to pay. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want those pieces. I want glasses, and I want them to be less expensive than that. So I went off of it. I was off for 5 minutes, went back on, and on the first page was goblets for $30, free shipping.
Wow.
So I just bought them. Like, you can
Yeah.
manifest whatever you want. You're in control of your own reality. So make it fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
The manifestation's coming in a lot faster too, for me. And by the way, I'm so grateful you pointed out on the utensils and the stemware. So when you also look at, for example, with honey, why is it every photo that you've ever seen, even advertised, with commercialized honey involves a wooden spoon and honey. Because if you're using an aluminum, anything aluminum touches honey, it immediately discharges the nutrient resonant vibration for that honey. And anybody who's a beekeeper will tell you that do not use aluminum with honey. You want to leverage silver, or you want to leverage wood, something natural.
Right.
Natural elements, right? Nothing that's been fabricated like steel or aluminum. And you look at the crystalware, crystal glasses, drinking out of crystal, which I feel is definitely part of Tartaria as well, because we know the power in
Yeah.
crystals and crystalline energy, and also them being computers that store information, share information, and pick up information. Like people, if you don't know, you can meditate with crystals, especially against your heart, down in your lap, or on your third eye, what have you, to pick up an exchange of information, which also might come then later in a lucid dream if you sleep that night. It's really profound where we're going back to, and the fact that you manifested so fast, from your functional mushrooms. That's great. I like that too.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's so easy
Yeah.
now. And just
Mhm.
let it be easy. Play with it. Start playing. It doesn't have to be something big. Let it
Yeah.
be something small. Say, oh, well, I don't want to give them that much money. Or I don't want to have to walk for 5 miles to get that. I want to walk for 1 mile to get that and get that reaction from my body, maybe.
Mhm.
I want to feel like I really worked out after a mile, and I want it to feel like that in my body and to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Just do different things that you feel are going to be a way to play, because you can have whatever you want. I mean, none of this is really truly real.
Mhm. Yeah.
So create what you want to have. Yeah.
And the striving is the thing not to go for, right? Don't strive to have something to manifest it, because remember, when you have the intellectual aspect of the mind attempting to create coherence with your heart to go, okay, this is done, you more or less release the attachment to it. Like, I'm going to do this, and that's how it's going to be. Like you did, you refreshed the browser, came back, you're like, there it was,
Yeah. And I
like put
didn't
it
even
in
think about it.
order.
I was just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't want that. And I don't want that. I
Yeah.
want it to be like this. And I left. And then I went, maybe I'll go back. And then I went back, and there it was.
Nicely done. Nicely done. I'm
Mhm.
sure your husband's happy. Like, hey, she got a great deal on that. That's awesome.
No, he's like, oh my God, another package is coming.
Yeah. More. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
I
wild.
mean, when you can get your groceries delivered at this stage and you're like, and you live in the boonies, why not?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Exactly. So I think that's really cool for everyone to look into it, for your heaven on earth is actually within you. And it's not something we have to strive for and wait until we leave this vessel of the body, because our spirit's already infinite as it is, our soul, and we have that access because we're in the most supportive time on the planet in recent recorded history over the last several millennia, to be able to do that and move forward. And what I've noticed too, um, is a greater sense of peace around people,
Yes.
just in general around people. And I know people can go, hey, listen, that's the peace you have within reflecting outward. Yes. But from a collective standpoint, I've noticed more peace with people around the world these last 3 weeks. Do you want to describe where that might be coming from as we wrap this quick segment?
Yeah. So we came through the birth canal. We've been in the fifth density for a little while, like a
Mm-hmm.
few months,
Yeah.
but we finally came through the birth canal into the fifth dimension. And all of everybody's stuff has been coming up to the surface to be cleared. And I get phone calls or messages every day. Oh, I feel so crazy. I feel like this. I feel like that. This is going wrong. And I'm like, it's coming up to be cleared. It's coming up to be cleared. And
Yeah.
if we think about it, even though it's very hard for a lot of us, a lot of people have actually left this planet, this game,
Yeah.
because they were resisting what is about to happen. They were resisting the fall of the 3D. because they
Mm-hmm.
just couldn't quite grasp what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important that we realize that a lot of the resistance just went away, and thank them for that because they're doing fine,
Mm-hmm.
and thank them for allowing the game to go forward. And I mean, a lot of this was pushed by the solar activity.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Quite amazing. And if anybody is, you're having challenges or you want to look for a place where we have thousands of spiritually awake around the world coming together, Honey, myself, Jimmy, Tommy, we've got stepintoyourpower.com, right? And that's a free community for the spiritually enlightened, the spiritually awake to join. The links below here. And part of that, we invite you to, it's all free, 7 meditations with activations for manifesting as well as abundance in all its forms, spiritual and financial as it comes in. So you can feel free to chat with us there and the guides and the thousands of others across the planet. And your thoughts on how Step Into Your Power is going with everybody, Honey?
I think it's beautiful. I love leaving messages there. And I
Yeah.
feel like what's going to happen as we keep going forward with Step Into Your Power, it's going to be where we gather and where we find each
Yes.
other and
Yes.
where we say, oh, look, that's going on. I'm going to go there and I'm going to participate in that.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to, hang out with these people in my town
Yes.
that are, spiritual and awakened. I'm going to go to coffee with that person.
Community.
It's time for us to start meeting and coming together and doing projects. And eventually we're going to be doing communities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's all going to come from us finally talking to each other in person.
Definitely. And
So,
that's
yeah.
part of the essence of the magic manifestation too, and the power of that exponential capability for people to have, this is my dream, this is your dream, this is your dream. They have that foundation of support. They're connected with each other, and then they go ahead and they manifest that into creation.
Yeah.
It's an
And
incredible
this
mechanism.
was definitely manifested. This whole
Mhm.
platform was manifested. And it really has been something really beautiful just between the four of us.
Yeah.
The conversations that we have and the dreams that we have about what we want to create here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good example for you guys that want to create something for the future and also just to get involved. Like,
Yeah.
why not get involved? And we're all going to be kind of coming together. I mean, we're all part of the same being, right? We're all a piece of
Mm-hmm.
God right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're
Yeah.
here experiencing this. And it's time for us to start to get into these circles, kind of circles of togetherness and moving forward together versus individually. Yeah.
Indeed. And Step in Your Power is actually a great manifestation story between Honey and I. And, it
Mm-hmm.
was just a little over a year plus ago with Mastering Ascension, where we had created Mastering Ascension after Biro and Nasara and leveraging that 1, 2, and 3. And I remember saying to him, like, we've got to grow this to 50,000 people for what's going on the planet. And how do we do that? And we're having discussions and putting it out there to our Mastering Ascension members, please share this. Let's get that going. Yet it was the background, the platform, the expertise, the specialized knowledge and skills of Jimmy, who then showed up into my life in November of last year and started talking about that. And then, early this spring said, okay, now if you really want to do that, then let me introduce you to my partner in Mastering Ascension. And from there, this is what came out. So Honey and I didn't know how. We just had the idea. We had the push. Jimmy also got the push, and here we are. We've created this together. And be involved with Tommy is just absolutely amazing too.
Yeah.
So that's a manifestation of, again, you surrender with the how. It's all going to work out, but you also keep holding that vision, but we're not attached to it every week or month when we're going through Mastering Ascension. Like, how do we turn this into an incredible community that touches the hearts and the lives of every man, woman, and child on this planet now and for the many, many years into the future.
Mhm.
And here it
Yeah,
is.
it's here. And we will be
So
going
grateful.
through Ascension for years to come.
Yeah.
And we're at the big hump where everything is going to
Yeah.
shift and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be time to build the new.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody's going to know how to, nobody's going to know how to do that immediately. Like, oh, well, we'll just do this, this, and this, and that's all perfect. It's a gradual process, just like this whole thing has been a gradual process to collapse the old systems, and we don't need them anymore. So
Yeah.
now it's time to go into the beautiful, more supportive world that we're creating.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have projects listed in there too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful with everybody spiritually awake. So I invite you all to check it out, to join. Thank you to all of you who are the thousands and thousands of you already just in the last few weeks who are in there, who are supporting each other, who are giving us shout outs and posting your testimonies of transformation. It's just beautiful. It inspires everybody across the planet. And we're so grateful. I'm grateful for you, honey, Jimmy, Tommy, and the entire team as well to
Yeah.
be here at this point in time on this earth. We are in fifth density. We are in the fifth dimension. And this is the Ascension series. We'll see you guys, you all, men, women, divine lions, and lionesses, in the next few weeks. And stay tuned to both of our channels because we have more on this coming up as well too. So thank you, honey. Mahalo to you and
Thank
your lovely
you.
husband and all the amazing souls over there in Hawaii, and safe travels back.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Bye.